What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, Level the Head, back one more again with another video. Yes, it's not 3 weeks later, folks. It's 2 days. Yes, I'm back very quick. Trying to be more consistent with my uploads. I know I've been leaving y'all hanging, leaving y'all waiting very patiently for an upload and a new video, and I'm trying to change my ways in 2014 because I know what I did the latter parts of 2013. I really wasn't there, and I'm trying to be there for you guys. Now, with that being said, let's talk about what's on the game pad, shall we? Before we get into the subject for this video. Right now, you are watching Def Jam Vendetta. How many people know this game? This was a raw game. This was a pretty good game, people. Now, what made this game great was it played like some of the, if not the greatest wrestling games of all time, which were released on the N64. I don't care what nobody say. WWE No Mercy was probably the best wrestling game ever created, and alongside WCW versus NWO, and also WCW Revenge when they brought Goldberg. Remember that? Some of the best wrestling games ever made, and this game was right up there with them. Now, what made this game unique and distinct from those games was the fact that they could not utilize the characters from WWE roster or WCW or NWO. So you didn't have Hogan, Nash, and Scott Hall. You didn't have Goldberg. You didn't have Sting of WCW. You didn't have The Rock. You didn't have Stone Cold. You didn't have these characters of WWE. What you had was DMX, Scarface, Luda, Method Man, Redman, Keith Murray. You had all these nice characters plus original characters, and you had one of the greatest bosses of any game to date. It was just a good game, people. And then if you got a chance to play the sequel to this, which was Def Jam Fight for New York, oh my God, it had a different fighting mechanic, a different whole way that you fought in the game was different. It wasn't really wrestling. It was kind of like street fighting, but that game and all the stuff you could do and how the environment became a part of the fight, just tough to beat, people, tough to match, and have nothing as of late have matched it, in my opinion. So if you can find these games and you wasn't an idiot like me, and traded it in like a fool, please go cop them if you can find them. I'm still looking for them. I found it online, but a little bit out of my price range right now, but I might get that because my son needs to experience this. He has the GameCube. He also has my Wii, and I plan on giving him my PS3 when I get the PS4. So, anyway, let's transition to this video subject matter. Now, I uploaded a video 2 days ago titled Bash 'em, Trash 'em, Trash 'em. But Nintendo will bounce back. And now, what I was trying to relate in that video was the fact that despite all the negative news, despite all the failed expectations, despite the fact that Nintendo did not reach its expected goals and had to cut and slash projections, and everybody was clowning and finding it funny and teasing Nintendo and calling them a flop and calling it a dead duck in the water. All these different things they were saying, teasing the fan base, teasing the ownership, teasing Iwata, teasing Miyamoto, teasing Reggie. Despite all that, Nintendo and the Wii U will bounce back. Now, I want to send a shout out to Furious Francis. Yes, PlayerEssence.com for uploading my video to his channel. I also want to send a shout out to Torrance Davis for allowing me to personally upload my product and my videos to his channel, STFUandplay.com. That's shut the blank up and play.com. I really appreciate that of him, Torrance Davis, and I really appreciate Furious Francis taking the time out of his day to upload my stuff to his channel. Really appreciate that. And if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. I think it's a very good video. But with that being said, you know, they gonna bounce back. But you see, after people clown and after people do their initial coverage and throw salt and kick rocks at Nintendo and say, get out of here, you know, you suck and all this stuff, Now they want to come back with their breakdown of what Nintendo is doing wrong and what Nintendo needs to address and what's really happening, right? You know, and they all seem to use the same analogy. You know, Nintendo is late to the party. Nintendo showed up to the race late and now is playing catch up. And in some phases, you might be correct. I can't knock all of it, but I find it funny. I do. I find it funny. Not that I'm questioning these cats' intelligence, but I'm questioning their listening skills. That's what I'm questioning. Do they listen? Because Nintendo has said so many times and has proven several times. They say, hey, guys, since the GameCube, they have been saying, we are not trying to directly compete with Sony nor Microsoft. You know? Now, can they compete? Yeah, they can compete directly if they choose to. I don't know if they will win that battle. But, you know, what they're trying to do is not directly trying to compete with Sony nor Microsoft. Now, I heard this. I think I heard this before, and I'm pretty sure others heard this. So I know it's out there and it's known, but these people still keep trying to make this a battle spec against spec when Nintendo is not trying to fight that war. Now, let me use this analogy. I'm going to go a couple of places, so follow me. Let's say you walk onto a car lot and the dealer come out and, you know, he has a whole bunch of cars, right? And let's say a BMW 7 Series is sitting by a Lamborghini. Now, they're on the same lot, so they are competing for the sale. And if the consumer or the customer has the cachet, the money to buy a Lamborghini, then he got enough to buy the BMW as well. So they are competing, right? But the BMW 7 Series is not directly trying to compete with the Lamborghini. It cannot. It's things about the Lamborghini that the BMWs, when it was created, was not created to do. Doesn't mean it was trying, so it's not directly trying to compete with the Lamborghini. Do you get that? Even though they are competing. If you ever drove a BMW drives smooth. Oh my God, it's one of the best rides you could ever experience. But it's not a Lamborghini, people. Now, I'm not saying that the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One are Lamborghinis. I'm just trying to push home a point. Even though the BMW is sitting right beside the Lamborghini, it's not directly competing, even though it is competing. If that makes sense to you. I'm pretty sure it does. You're not too stupid, are you? Wake up, people. Go to school. Let's go. Anyway, so when you look at the Wii U, and when you walk into Best Buy, when you walk into Walmart, or you walk into Target or GameStop or whatever, and you see the Wii U section, and you see the PlayStation section, and you see the Xbox section, and you see the 3DS section, and you see the PSP or the PS Vita section, and wherever else you got computer stuff, PC games, all in there. They're all competing. But everything might not be, even though it's competing, is not directly competing. That makes sense to you? Nintendo is not directly competing with these guys. You know, so a lot of these people in this gaming industry, a lot of these people in this community war over specs because they have a need to feel superior, you know. So they watch specs, they watch all the different stuff that's going on in the hood. They got to know the gigaflops, they got to know the teraflops, and all this crazy stuff, all this to feel more superior when they buy whichever piece of plastic they're going to buy. And depending on the power of that plastic is going to get them to purchase it. Now, some people are like that, but not every gamer buys a system because it's the most powerful. Some buy because they're loyal to a brand. So I don't care if the PlayStation 4 was the weakest console of this generation. Somebody was going to buy it. Just like the Nintendo, just like an Xbox. Doesn't matter. Because some people don't buy it for that reason. Now, if you look at a fighter like, and I'm going to use this analogy as well. I'm going to take y'all a couple of places. Let's look at Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is undefeated in his weight class, right? He's undefeated, hasn't lost. I think he got like 42 fights, undefeated. Been fighting for about 10 some years now, undefeated. No one has beat him. But I guarantee you that he is not the strongest fighter in his weight class. Now, some people they try to knock that one because Floyd is of a lighter weight class. Because he's considered pound for pound the greatest right now. Excuse me. But let's look at the heavyweight class. Let's look at a person like Muhammad Ali. Now, by most accounts, people believe that Ali is the greatest boxer and heavyweight contender to ever put on and lace up the gloves. Now, some might debate that, but most believe that Ali is the greatest. But let me let y'all in on a secret. Ali was not the strongest boxer in the heavyweight division of all time. He wasn't nowhere near close. But he beat some of the strongest, like George Foreman got whooped by Ali. You know what I'm saying? Joe Frazier, which had one of the strongest, I think, left hooks in the game, he beat Joe Frazier. Yes, he got knocked out the first time, but he beat Joe Frazier. Yes, he did a couple times. Yes, they went at it. So what I'm trying to say is you don't have to be the strongest to win anything. And you don't have to directly compete to win anything. So Nintendo is not trying to match wits with Sony, nor Microsoft, nor anything else released to the market. So what's really going on? What's really taking place? I'll tell you. And I'm going to use their analogy. Now, I ran track. You know what I'm saying? And when I ran track, I was a 100-yard dasher, 200-yard dasher, 4x1, 4x2, those were relays. And then every now and again, if a person was hurt, I would run the 300 hurdles if, I could. Because sometimes I had already ran all the races I could race in one track meet. But sometimes I feel thin. Now, if you know anything about track and field, there are several races going on the track at the same time. You might have two races going on at the same time. You have people running distance, and you might have somebody running sprints. Now, just because we're on the track at the same time, don't mean we're in the same race. So, even though you might have started when the gun blasts, and you see you overlapping me, I'm not racing you. What you're trying to accomplish, I'm not trying to accomplish. Get what I'm saying? Follow me here. So let's say you invite me to a party, because they use this analogy too. Nintendo late to the party, late to the race. Let's say you invite me to a party, right? And you say, hey, Levelhead, you coming to my party? And I would say, no, man, I don't think I'm going to attend that party. I'm not going to attend your party. I ain't going to be there. If I'm not coming to the party, how can I be late to a party I told you I'm not coming to? Now, I know your ears are not clogged up, and I'm pretty sure you heard Nintendo when they have said several times we're not competing with Microsoft and Sony. So they can't be late to a race they're not running in, and they can't be late to a party that they have no intentions on attending. So what's really going on? I will fill you in. Leveled Head will tell you. Let me start this over real quick. Let's go back a little bit. Anyway, let me tell you what's going on. And I'm going to use the party analogy to explain what's going on, people. What happened is this. Nintendo was late to a party, but it wasn't the party that Sony and Microsoft was attending. Nintendo was late to their own party. What do you mean, Level? I'll tell you. Okay, Nintendo started to let it be known that they're about to have a Wii U party. Yes. They started letting it know. They started putting the flyers out, but they wasn't putting the flyers everywhere. Some people were spreading about word of mouth, but some people was confused, didn't know what the party was about. They didn't put on the flyer that it was about a new system or nothing like that. They just was inviting you to the party. Come to my party. So some people thought it was a Wii party because they didn't know what it was about. So Nintendo did a horrible job of promoting their party. So when people started showing up, some didn't want to come. I'm been to the Wii party. I don't want to come to the Wii party. And I ain't got no intentions on showing up there. Some came because they just, they keep their ears to the info. So they knew kind of what was going on. But anyway, the message of the party was bad. But then on top of that, Nintendo themselves show up to their own party late. Well, you like, level head, how did Nintendo show up to their party late? I'm going to show you. You know, they get to the party. They in the background. Everybody waiting for the stars. You know, when you go to them type of parties, you looking for the stars. You want to see Mario and Donkey Kong and Zelda and Link and Metroid and all the other stars, Pikmin and all the other stars that Nintendo have. Star Fox and F-Zero, the stars. But they don't show up with the stars, and they send Mario out on stage to, you know what I'm saying, buy a little time. Hey, stall them, Mario, while we prepare for this party that started, and we got these people here, and we started the party, but we ain't ready. We still trying to get the decoration. We still trying to get all the prizes and all the different things that's going to take place at this party together. So they send Mario out to stall for a little bit. So Mario, you come out, and he stalls, and he do a good job of stalling, because Mario, you know, he know how to do that, but he knew this wasn't really the game that was supposed to be, or this wasn't really what we were trying to do. This is just to buy us a little bit more time. So he telling jokes, he's out there on stage, he's keeping people entertained while Nintendo is trying to get their act together for the party that has kicked in their name and in their honor. They're late. So, you know, they have other people that's supposed to help them buy some time. And WiiU come out and they do a little bit. And, you know, other games that were supposed to come out, you know, they run under the pressure. So you see Raymond and Ubisoft leave the party. You know, I don't know what's going on with the Wii U. I don't know what's going on with Nintendo in this party. But, you know, I'm finna skip this. And then other people start dropping out. And then people start getting impatient. And the fans start getting impatient because the stars ain't here. The stars are not showing up. So, finally, after waiting so long, after people's patience have been pushed to the brink, many people skipped the party. Other people went and said, hey, man, you don't need to go to that party. Man, the Wii U party, man, the Nintendo party ain't cool, right? It ain't good. Ain't nothing happening. It's kind of boring. They ain't there. No stars there. You know, there's people there you don't want to see, you know what I'm saying? Folks there you didn't really want to see. Assassin's Creed 3 there. Oh, man, they ain't got no star power there, man. Ain't nothing going on there, right? Then finally, you know, you see Pikmin show up and start, a little light of hope. Some stars might show up, but then Pikmin out there, he trying to buy a little time until other stars start hitting the scene. That's what happened, people. Nintendo showed up to their own party late. So while you're trying to say that Nintendo needs to change all these different things, the reason why Nintendo is in the boat that they're in is because they did a poor job of promoting their party, for one, and they did a horrible job of showing up at their own party. They was late to their own party. So, no, they ain't late to no party with Microsoft and Sony because they ain't trying to go to the party, nor were they even invited to the party. Nintendo was late to their own party. You feel me? So let's stop with the nonsense. Let's stop trying to find all these excuses and try to put Nintendo in this bracket that they're not in. Nintendo, all they got to do is bring out the star power. That's all they got to do. All they got to do is bring out the star power, relaunch the party, get the flyers out, let people know that you're having a party. Let them know that this is a new party and you might want to make it to this party. Get what I'm saying? So no, it don't have to be as powerful. It don't have to make a new system. I see all these videos of a rumored new system. No, Nintendo ain't no fools. They ain't idiots. They ain't been around this long for nothing because they distance runners. You can deal with these sprint runners all you want to, but they fizz out after a 100, 200 yard dash, 400 yard at the most, they gonna fizz. But distance runners keep on going, people. They can run around a lap 5, 6 times. They might not be the fastest. They might not be the strongest. Oftentimes they look the weakest and the frailest on the track. But you know what? I guarantee you can't outrun them. I guarantee you can't outrun them. You might be able to run faster, but you can't outrun them because you won't last as long. Nintendo ain't been in this industry this long without knowing what they're doing, people. So no, they're not in the same race. No, they're not attending the same party. No, they don't have to be the strongest. No, they don't have to punch stronger than the next man. They don't have to hit harder than the next man. Nintendo just need to do what they do. And that is be Nintendo. And what they need to change, if they need to change anything, is showing up on time. And not showing up to their own party late. You ever dealt with a person that show up to their own stuff late? They're hosting something and they're late to it? I do. If you go to church, you'll run into that a lot. But anyway, this is your boy Levelhead signing out. That went a little longer than I wanted to, but I thought I should share that. Like, subscribe, continue to follow, share this with your friends, post this on Twitter, and retweet. And get the noise out that your boy Levelhead is uploading videos and he's dropping them bombs. And I hope y'all enjoyed this. You know what I'm saying? Signing out. Deuces.